Our first story is all about something that's pretty important to most of us. I mean, is there anything better than a great cup of coffee in the morning? Or maybe any time during the day? It seems that fancy coffees are all the rage now. Well, Miranda Cohen found a place in Joelton where one family is brewing up the perfect cup while keeping it simple and delicious.
For the Beck family, it is just another day at the office. And as owner, Brandon Beck will tell you, working at Beck's Farmhouse Coffee does have its share of perks. Lots of friendly faces, the unmistakable aroma of freshly brewed coffee, and a cozy, inviting atmosphere.
Coffee is kind of a common ground for people. They come together, they talk. It's intimate, but it's also community.
Lots of people from Joelton, Tennessee will remember this trendy coffee house as the old general store.
We had this building out here that used to be an old market, and we just kind of brought it back to life. A lot of people have stopped by that remember it, and they remember bologna sandwiches and 22 bullets.
Once bullets and bologna, now it's all baristas and brewing. Beck pours the finest coffee you can find. And though some of the flavors and blends may be exotic, ordering is easy.
We try to just take coffee and demystify it. We try to take all the pretense away. We're just regular people, and we love coffee, and we think, everybody should have a great cup of coffee.
And if coffee is not your cup of tea, Beck's has something for you too.
We have loose leaf teas. We have several black teas, green teas. There are some that don't drink coffee, and we want to give them a great experience also.
You can also have this great experience right from your car.
Morning!
Beck's offers more of a coffee drive-in. There is a smiling face there to greet you, and you tell them exactly what you want.
They could come up and order from their cars. Get their order, it's transmitted to us in here. We'll make it, and we'll run it back out to them.
Here you are!
Whether it's lattes, espressos, frappes, pressed, poured, or whole beans ready to go home with you, just what is it that makes Beck's coffee so good? To find out, we have to go out back. Now, as quaint and cozy as it is inside of Beck's Coffee House, the real magic happens out here in this red barn, where they have a 30-year-old coffee roaster where they roast every bean.
So when we get the beans in, we get these big burlap, 150 pounds of coffee. And it's green, and it's in its raw state. It's already been processed. It's been dried to a certain percentage. And I take that coffee and I put it in a roaster. And we take it through a process of roasting it and adding gas, adding air, adding time to come up with a flavor profile that we want.
The secret to roasting the bean perfectly is constant movement at a high temperature. The beans will shed their outer layer and then are cooled quickly. The result is this beautiful, dark, rich, aromatic gem.
What we try to do is not over roast the coffee. Most of ours are in that middle range, so we can bring out what the grower wanted. So we want to take it from that green state, roast it to where it's really blossoming, and then we want to bring it and expertly prepare it.
Beck's imports their delicate Arabica bean from high in the mountains of places like Guatemala, Somalia, Colombia, Ethiopia, and Jamaica, depending on where is yielding the finest crop.
We have a couple importers that we use. They take care of making sure that the growers use sustainable practices, that they pay well. There's a thing called fair trade. It's a natural product, and a harvest from Guatemala this year is going to be different from the next year. And so it has to be hand cultivated, has to be hand picked. They can't take machines up there. They help us in that process, picking the best coffees that are available at that time.
So whether you prefer smooth and silky or fragrant and bold, Beck's will guide you to a custom-made cup of perfectly prepared coffee. And the only thing Brandon Beck loves more than coffee is his staff, which includes his wife Tracy and their 4 children, ranging in age from 12 to 21.
They're not pretentious, they are down home, and they're excellent. Love them, and I'm just thankful for them. To have my family here it's kept us going, but more than that, I mean, I have the best job in the world because I get to see my family all the time, every day, and we're living life together.
All right, here you go.
And from the looks of the busy Beck's baristas, the community is loving them too.
I love the space. It's got a great backstory. It's actually pretty fantastic and pretty inspiring. And I think they carry that same story into the vibe of the coffee shop. So it's a great place to come socialize, maybe take a small dose of sanity.
My hopes for the future is just to be a good influence in this community, a place where people can come in and really get loved on.